All right, so I wanted to go into the healthcare field since I was about 11 years old. What happened was my brother got really, really sick. He had leukemia, which is a form of cancer. It affects your blood a lot, mostly your white blood cells. But after my brother got sick, it was really helpful to have doctors and nurses just around us to help us. One of them, Dr. Luke Mays, James's oncologist, his cancer doctor, helped me understand like what was going on with James's body and what leukemia was. Another one was Shelby. She was our home health care nurse, so she came to our house and kind of like she made sure James was okay and gave him medicine and just all that kind of stuff. She introduced me to different procedures needed to kind of heal James and make him better. But a lot of different people helped us, and all the people on James's healthcare team helped him get better. The more they helped us, the more I wanted to be like them. So I joined HOSA, which is Health Occupation Students of America, even though we changed it because it's not just America now. It's like all over the world, so we're future health professionals, but we just still call it HOSA at Box Elder because like it's been HOSA for the past like 10 years, and it's just rolls off the tongue pretty easily. But I joined HOSA about 3 years ago in my sophomore year, and it has helped me learn a lot about the processes and steps I need to take to become a doctor. So I attend conferences a ton, I meet with professionals. It has been an amazing experience. My first activity I went to was a field trip to the Leonardo Museum. I actually joined HOSA to go on that field trip because we got to miss school, and I was like, cool. any day I get to miss school. We went to the Leonardo Museum for a census exhibit, so we went down. It had stuff about your eyes and your ears, just all those 5 senses. So right then at that first activity, I knew HOSA was right for me. I decided to try to become an officer my junior year, so a leadership position. So I put in the application and interviewed with the advisors, and I was able to be one last year. I got to learn a lot from my advisors and the older officers because a lot of them were seniors at the time. And I was involved in a lot of planning for activities. I really learned a lot. This year I decided to play again, and I'm the secretary, and it's amazing. Like, I get so involved, and I've never appreciated the work that the other officers do more, because while I love doing it, it gets really overwhelming at times. Like when we have, like right now, it's starting to get overwhelming again because we have HOSA State, and we have like a week left to put everybody in, and we have like 80 people that I need to put all in, but it'll be great. I'm really excited. But at times I can go overwhelmed, but the officers can be really great at helping me and kind of doing what they need to do. So for our chapter at Box Elder, we focus on 3 main categories. We do social, service, and educational. Using these categories, we try to create really fun activities that the members will want to come to. So some of our social activities that we've done for the past 2 years was a trip to the Ogden Christmas lights, which was really fun. We did a corn maze for Halloween last year, and hot chocolate. We have hot chocolate socials all the time. Like, one of my advisors got like 50 pounds of hot chocolate, so we're just trying to use it as seriously. But so for our educational activities, we've done dissection, so we'll have the members come in and we dissect hearts or kidneys. We have done trivia games. Those are always fun. We did a tour of Weber State University back in September. We've had a chiropractor and nurses come. Those are always really great because we get to learn a lot. For our service activities, we host Haunted House every year, and that is one of my favorite activities. What we'll do for that is we'll donate the profits we get from that to different charities or fundraisers. This year we did Be the Match, which is a nonprofit company that will try and find matches for people who need bone marrow donors. So we try to find matching blood marrow donors. So anybody who needs. So especially it meant a lot to me because with my brother having leukemia, he needed a bone marrow transplant. So when we donated the money to Be the Match, I knew what good it would do. We also host a blood drive every year. That one was really fun too. We got a lot of people to donate blood. I was actually really disappointed I couldn't donate this year, but last year I did, and it was great. But so far, with my 2 years, my favorite activities I've been in charge of and we've done are the Weber State Tour and the Haunted House. I really liked those because I got to organize both of them. I was especially involved with the Weber State one. That was my activity. I was totally in charge of it. I went and I talked to the different people. I met with the advisors down at Weber State, and we toured the campus of Weber State, and then they have a college there called Dumpke Health College. So that's where they have a bunch of different majors. So that's where I'm going to be going to school, is at Dumpke. So it was really cool to kind of tour and get to know the people down there. And then so for the, let me make sure I'm getting everything. Oh yeah, we did have a couple hiccups, but it literally it was only 1 or 2, and it just went great. We took over 80 students down to Ogden. It was a ton. And when I was down there, it felt super good. I felt like I was supposed to be there, which was amazing because that's where I want to go. And I got to know kind of what the vibe was down there. The haunted house required a lot of planning too. That took months of planning, where I got, between getting donors, because we had to get donors, PJ donated, which was amazing. We had to get other clubs to volunteer because we use an entire hall, and each club gets their own room to decorate and kind of scare people in. I had to get the students to come and sign up to scare people, and I had to organize them into different groups. We had to get food and rooms to have the haunted house in. It took forever to plan, but it was a huge success. We had more people come than ever before. It was amazing. It was a great experience for me and gave me great practice delegating and kind of being that leader. Not only was I in charge of kind of planning the entire hallway and where people went, but I was in charge of mapping out the HOSA room too, which was really cool. We got to decorate that, which took hours to do, but it was so cool. Not only did we achieve our goal for the haunted house, but I got to meet a lot of the chapter's members. There were some people that I didn't have a lot in common with that I probably wouldn't have known without HOSA, but they have helped me with a lot of activities, and I've gotten to know them pretty well, and I just am glad that I got to meet them. One really exciting activity I'm looking forward to is HOSA State. It's a statewide competition where all the different high schools in Utah come together, all the high schools chapters come together, and we kind of compete. It'll be in March. I'm going to compete in medical spelling and HOSA Bowl. It's a Jeopardy-style competition where, you hit the buzzers. I'm really excited about that. I can't wait.
I want to hit the buzzer.
Yeah, that's so cool. You'll be good at it.
But this year, it's going to be the first, in-person competition that I'll ever have been to, because my first one, it got canceled because of COVID, and last year, it got put online because of COVID. Which online, it was still really cool. We tried to kind of make it as fun as we could for the members, because we still wanted them to compete, because we didn't know, because if you win state, you go to nationals, where you compete with all the different high schools in the United States, which is really cool. So we tried to still get people to compete. So we did an opening ceremonies where we kind of opened it, where they could compete and kind of when it was beginning. And then at the very end, we had a closing ceremonies where we catered Maddox, and we watched the Zoom meeting of the real closing ceremonies where they announced the winners. It was really cool. I won 6th in human growth and development and 3rd in medical spelling. And because I won 3rd, I got to compete in nationals, which was really cool. It was a little kind of anticlimactic because I took the test in my bedroom. I'm
Or normally if you're probably in a big city or something.
I was supposed to go to Orlando, Florida, I'm pretty sure. So Disney World, but it was still really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but it's still really cool. Let me see. But this year I get to study for medical spelling again, just because I'm not to brag, but I'm pretty good at spelling. That's one thing I know that I'm good for sure. But I also get to study for HOSA Bowl. I'm going to be studying for kind of HOSA related stuff. So how HOSA started, and different parts of it. Is it a team? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have 3 other team members, and we kind of split up the topics. We'll have to take a test before, and if we do well enough for the test, then we go to the actual game part, and then it's just kind of a bracket to the very end. but I'm doing, I think, how HOSA started and medical history, and then one of the other categories is anatomy and physiology, but we feel like we all know that pretty well, that we don't, like, we can all share that, you know? I'm like, let's focus on what we don't know and study for that then, but yeah. But it's a really great way for me to compete, and I'm really excited for it. And then I really hope that I get to kind of continue this in college, because Weber State has a HOSA chapter, and I'm really excited to go to. I'm really excited to kind of further my education in the healthcare field. I'm going to major in medical laboratory sciences, so that's where I'm going to work in labs a lot and take a lot of medical classes that will set me up for medical school, which I'm really excited for. I'm really excited to get to know the professors at Weber State. I know some of them from when I went down and toured Weber and kind of met some of them, and then I'm in a college class now where there's like 7 of them that are my professors, so I watch videos of them, so I kind of get like to know like who I like and who I don't like, which is really smart. Yeah, for sure. But the classes I'm taking now will help for sure in the future. But if I got to pick where I went to medical school, I'd really like to go to the University of Utah, because just like the proximity, where I'm closer to my family, plus that's where my dad went because he had a brain tumor a couple of years ago, and the doctors there were amazing and they knew what they were doing, and they work with primary children. Like it,
Do you
I
want to do
love
research?
the U.
What are you wanting to go into? Do you know yet?
I'm not really sure. I'm really interested in family medicine. I want to be an OBGYN, but then like I've thought about oncology a ton because like I have a lot of experience with that. So I'm just I'm like, whatever. I've got
It
time
could change
to.
your mind.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
something else in the labs might
Yeah.
pique your
Yep.
interest.
But yeah, I'm just really grateful for the opportunities I've been given. I've gotten to know really great people who've helped me more than I could ever have imagined. I got to learn about amazing things and have the great resources to do so. I truly believe that I've like found my passion in medicine, and kind of like this is my dream. But yeah, I really want to help people. I can't wait to make it my profession. But yeah. Thank you.